If you come in, give it a like, thumbs up, share it out. I don't know who's up, but I'm gonna talk regardless. Because things is cray, y'all. Cray. Give it a few minutes, see if anybody's up. Mm-mm. Straight madness. Hey, Quita Frazier, welcome to the channel. How you doing? Let's see if we get anybody coming in. Give us a like, thumbs up, share it out if you like. I'm gonna talk about the crazy gas prices. And I'm looking down because I can see the chat on my iPad. So I'm checking there. And if not, I'm gonna talk and then they can watch it later. But I'm gonna give them a few minutes because I've only been in a couple of minutes. See if anybody's up this late. Where you at in the country, Quita? I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'm just gonna talk about what I'm gonna talk about. And if somebody jump in, they jump in. Because it is late and I didn't announce it. Oh, you enjoy? Okay, I know your neck of the woods. I hate your Atlanta traffic, but y'all food is good. It's a beautiful state though. But that traffic in Atlanta is hideous. I like Georgia though. It's a pretty state. I used to do trucking. I don't know if you came to because of the trucking or you just saw the video come up. But I did trucking and I remember I broke down in Georgia. I had a good time though. I stayed for about 4 or 5 days. Broke down. Okay, you did. Okay. Yeah, it was a beautiful state. Just that traffic in Atlanta is parking lot. It's a major parking lot. What's your gas prices at? Because that's what I'm gonna be talking about. I just got through watching the news. Where your gas prices out there? I know we saw about almost $4 a gallon here in Arizona. I'm figuring Georgia, y'all might be closer to 5. The bigger cities, the more popular places. Oh, that's low. What part of Georgia? You in the Atlanta area? Or no. If you're probably in the suburbs, I can see that. That's absolutely low. I think we stopped a few days ago. I don't have a car yet, but I'm working on it. And we stopped in this older car, so it's gonna be expensive. But I ain't gonna be going too many places, so we straight. I'm going to maybe a doctor's appointment, a store, and home. Look, you might want to get a motorcycle with the way things getting ready to go. Yeah, we stopped to get something at we call a place out here called Quick Trip. This is one of our major fuel stops. Okay, you suburb of Atlanta. Okay, not too bad. 4 hours out, so you might be a little bit cheaper than probably what it is in Atlanta. We stopped at what we call a Quick Trip. Me and my buddy went and had sushi, and at that point, when we looked at the gas prices, it was 3 something for for your regular, and then the middle was like 320 something, And then the bottom was about, or the top one was $3 and almost 50 cents a gallon. Tonight I watched the news and they talking about it's going. They were showing places like baby, $7 some a gallon. I just started laughing, and they were talking upwards of 9 something a gallon. So the whole thing is bugging me. The whole thing is bugging me. Everything about this is bugging me. So I feel sorry for the people in Ukraine. Definitely been praying for them because I'm Christian. I think Putin is cuckoo, but I also know in my Christian view that all this is happening for a reason. But the deception of it all is what's really blowing me back. That's what's really blowing me back. And the deception of it all, in my opinion, to shake money from us within the business arena right now. So I'm 53 years old. I don't know how old you are, and I'm not asking. That's your private business. I sat down with my friend who's 64 years old. This was about last week. And we were talking about it, and he says, and I said, man, have you heard about why the fuel prices are going up? He said, Shannon, my friend Victoria said, are you okay? So you remember this. You should remember this. He's 64, I'm 53, you 54. So let's go here. He said, Shannon, did they talk about what? And I told him, I said, man, have you seen this thing about? He said, well, me and Victoria, that's another friend of his. He said, we were talking, and she said, oh yeah, our full fuel prices are going up because of the war in Ukraine and with Russia. Y'all see that eye, right? See that eye? Saw that eye saying? I said, yeah, Joe, because he won't watch news because he don't like anything negative. So right now he has shut off anything negative because a lot of Americans are doing this. It's about me. I don't want to think about the bad stuff because I done been through 2 years of COVID and I can't take it anymore. I'm going to be honest, I get it, but that's foolish. I'm just going to tell you it's foolish because you don't know what's coming. So forgive me for that, for those of you who are doing that, but it's a very foolish move. You need to be aware of what's going on worldwide right now. Christians, I think Christians who know word, you know why. Because we need to be aware. Because there are going to be some events that are coming up even more so that we need to be prepped for. And a lot of people who are in their self-centered delusion, y'all going to get y'all feelings hurt. Because when it hits, you're not going to be prepared. I'm just going to say that. But let's go back to the fuel prices. So we're at the table, we talking, and I said, I got to ask you a question because I've been driving since I started out with a motorcycle at 18. I had to fuel the motorcycle, which was very cheap. It was wonderful. I bought cars, and I fueled the cars. My understanding, since I was a kid, was our fuel came from the Middle East. I got to raise my hand. When the hell did Russia come into play? Now, on the news, I watch usually NBC Nightly News and PBS. I can't remember which one it was, but you probably can research it. I remember they were saying, and they said 3% of the fuel comes from Russia. So I need to understand. I need somebody to help me. Because tonight I was sitting up there rolling. I'm looking at the madness. And I'm like, y'all are shaking coins and utilizing a very horrific situation in Ukraine for the oil companies and the gas companies and other businesses to jack these prices. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with 3% of the fuel to the U.S. causing gas prices to go up to possibly, what I saw on the news tonight, $9 a gallon. Madness. $9 a gallon. What you're doing is taking people and poor folks barely making it, and what remains of what was the middle class, y'all doing this. Y'all taking them upside down and shaking the coins from their pocket. And what you doing is taking advantage of a very sad situation. Okay, Quita, right here, right here. You feeling me, right? You taking advantage of a very bad situation, in my opinion, and you shaking coins. And it's like this whole madness that's going on right now, in my humble opinion, I think it's deception. But I also understand there's a grander scheme depending on what your viewpoints are. And like I said, I have strong Christian views on the season we in and why these things are happening. But there's so many people that are so self-centered, they're not seeing, nor do they understand. And basically, as a Christian, I say they are carnal minded, meaning they're flesh minded. And they are so flesh self-centered. I watched this, the news talked about people getting ready for spring break, vac- vacations, trips, hotel stays, and because they burn out on 23 months of COVID is not gone. Granted, they're trying to treat it as more manageable. I hope that's what happens. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. Um, but I do find the uniqueness of how events are moving, that we got 2 years of COVID, possibly what they want to show you is leveling out. Then all of a sudden, this massive war over between Russia and Ukraine out of the clear crystal blue, which it isn't quite out of the clear crystal blue, because you have to understand. I watched something else and was reading some stuff. I did not know Ukraine. I didn't know they had major oil and gas reserves as well. But I also didn't know about some of their food. I'm going to say that again. Some of their food capability, agricultural wise. So if you have a country that may be in trouble, it's easier sometimes to go somewhere else, take over, so you can feed your country. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And Putin is now saying, oh, if you hold sanctions against us, that's an act of war. So he's now, in his own way, in a roundabout way, declaring war on other nations based on the fact they're saying, we ain't going to do business with you. And Visa, MasterCard just shut their business. They're like, we done with you because you crazy and we can't help this. So at the same time, the other issue is, because of these sanctions, they people was trying to get money out the bank and can't even get that. It's madness. It's just straight madness. But I'm not understanding, and I know other people gonna come into this because I ran this tonight. You may watch it. If they keep on the premise of this fuel madness, if they keep on that premise, what they now saying is going to affect. Right? It is terrible. It's going to affect not only our prices, but the prices of everything else. I told folks a long time ago, stock canned goods, stock food. And it's kind of funny now, I mean funny, haha, but it is funny in its own way. How all of a sudden we have inflationary costs going up, and we're going to have hyperinflation going up. And now we got the Russian conflict, which is going to make prices go up even more. Because if it affects the fuel, and if they doing this game of the fuel game, I'm gonna call it the fuel game, because like I said, I'm having a struggle within my spirit. Because I sit and laugh. I'm like, okay, Jesus, on why fuel prices are going up because of a country at war, and we only get 3% of our fuel supposedly from Russia. I didn't even know like I said, I wasn't aware of that. I always knew our oil fuel came from the Middle East. I know nothing about fuel and oil prices coming from Russia. I know nothing about that. Hey, Flatbed. Girl, I just decided to do a random live tonight. Hey, Bad to the Bone. Welcome to the channel. Well, and Bad to the Bone, this is a good conversation. Because it bothered me tonight. That's why I said I'll do a live. When I just got through watching it. And the whole time I was laughing. Not laughing like, haha, it's funny, but I'm laughing from a Christian perspective because people don't realize the season we in. There's a lot of deception going on. And to me, it's deception and greed. Yes, I agree that our government is probably getting some money kickbacks off this. because the whole thing, and it's a justification. It's a justification for the inflation and the hyperinflation that's coming. The inflation that's already here and the hyperinflation, which is going to be bad. You telling people you can return back to work, but the problem now is you can't even afford. If you live far from your job, you ain't gonna be able to afford to drive to work. Hell, you ain't gonna be able to afford to get a bus ticket because the price of fuel gonna be so high. Shaking them coins out of people's pockets. On top of that, for some of y'all in the trucking, y'all know I came from the trucking industry. If fuel, which we know is gonna get raised across the board, even diesel, that's gonna also impact your cost in the store and for whatever items you purchase. And I was looking at a daybed for my living room. Last year, that daybed was just around $400. I haven't bought it yet, so I went back and I was like, okay, I might get it this year. That bed has gone up to $540 some dollars. The shipping cost was $49. That shipping cost now to deliver here to my house is $79. So it went up by a $40 increase. And it's probably going to go up higher because of whatever this mess is. Now, as I said, from a Christian perspective, it's $4 again. Yeah, but they talk flatbed. They talking about, when I saw the news tonight, they talking $9 to $10 a gallon is where they expect this to possibly go. And then the news, I like the way they play it. They're gonna interview people. Okay, due to the war in Russia and the treatment of the Ukrainians, are you okay with paying high gas prices? Well, absolutely, I'm in support of it. Dummy, what you just told the fuel companies, the gas companies, was even if that mess ain't got nothing to do with my fuel price, go ahead and keep raising it and pocket some more money. So what you're really going to wonder is, how much money are the people on top going to pocket? Hey, United, what's up, baby? How much are they going to put in their pocket? That's what you're wondering. By the way, y'all, if y'all watching, like, share, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. It helps me, okay? And after the video, if you watch it, share with them. Tell people to inspire to put comments down below. I know y'all chatting in here, but comment as well, okay? Because that helps. It helps the channel. You absolutely 100% right. Some folks, and they are. I'm watching. If y'all see me look down here, it's because I can see the chat go. I have my iPad down here. And if y'all didn't watch what Bad to the Bone said, he said some people are just dumb as a bag of rocks. A box of rocks, bag of rocks, correct. Because you're not seeing the deception coming. And I think there needs to be discernment, but we also have such a young generation of people that are, and no offense to those who might watch this who are 40 and under, y'all have been so self-centered, and probably due to my generation allowing you to be that way. Sheep, yeah, girl, sheep to the slaughter. But our generation allowed you to not learn. Y'all sit in front of video games and computers and text, and y'all watch reality TV and think that's real when it's fake. So you have no idea about the world. So for you, they get on the news and tell you, oh yes, because of the Ukrainian war, our fuel prices are going to go up. It takes somebody's in their 50s and 60s who know that our initial fuel came from the Middle East, that group called OPEC. We also knew that they were raising fuel costs for other reasons as well, but now you can justify, based on a 3% of fuel that comes to America from Russia, 3%, that you can hike the rates up to $9 a gallon. That's almost double the price for fuel. I had a customer. I work in the transportation, not transportation as far as trucks, but cars, like cars with loans. I had a customer tell me tonight. He said, "Yeah, I'm going hybrid because I just paid $70 some a gallon. Excuse me, $70 some to fill up my car here in California." What the hell you say? So if you got a 20-gallon tank and this stuff go up $9, $10 a gallon, you gonna pay almost $200 to fill up a car. Now, then you have to ask yourself, riddle me this, Batman. How often do you have to fuel up your car if you drive to work, if you go to the grocery store, you go to a doctor's appointment? The average person fills up their car possibly once a week. That means to fill up your car, 2, 4, 6, 8. You're going to pay $800 dang dollars. Look, he's taking coins from y'all. Not to mention what you going to pay in the grocery store for your food, because the trucking companies, because it's the greed of America, greed, greed, greed. Bible tells you the root of all evil is, wait for it, the root of all evil when it comes to money. If you want to find the root of it, is greed. It says the love of money. So these people love money so much, they do all sorts of malicious things. If you want to find the root of evil when it comes to money, find them people that love money, and they will do some evil stuff to get it. I know I've got associates of mine who have done stuff. I'm just sitting there with my mouth hanging down because I love them on a lot of other levels, but when it comes to money, they become a whole nother beast. Manipulative, conniving, deceitful, whole bunch of stuff. Quita, they said tonight that possibly they showed stuff at 7. They showed $7 and something, and out some places I think 8 something. One of them was like almost $8 a gallon, and then they talked about 9 something a gallon. That's why I said I gotta do a live. This is insanity, because I needed to talk and get it off my brain, because I think it's sad, but I think it's funny at the same time. And like I said, if you're not Christian, you don't realize the season we're in, because things are being set up to get to an end time point. We're here. And I said that when COVID first came out through some of my Christian groups that I have, and I told them, I said, "Look, we're here. We're this is it." I told an aunt of mine. She said, "Shannon, what do you mean? You think we're in the end time? You with the end of time?" Oh yeah. One of the mothers of my old church, she had a statement, and it sits on me. It sits on me. She said, "Who but God can shut down the world in 3 days? Who but God?" Facts. 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 Who but him? Stage is being set. Everything's everything's laid out. From past couple administrations to the current one. Because a lot of people, no, I'm not in love. I already realized all of this is stage being set. And God is ultimately in control, but mankind has waxed to his point. And God's going to get that last ditch effort for Christian folks to reach. And then I believe he's going to call the church up out of here. Boom. Anyway, let me get in. Let me see. Oh, that's right, because you're doing where you're doing like an owner op thing. Yeah. It's gonna hit. I don't know how they're gonna work it out. Well, they'll work it out, because ultimately the little man and the middleman and everybody who need to buy food in the transportation industry and need goods and services, they're gonna pay for it. But for those that are at a certain income level, it's gonna be crash and burn. You better have beans and rice up in your house. And God bless those who own Social Security. And I used to always say, you got to be careful about being on the system, because those people that are on the system and housing, y'all gonna get hit, because the government can only supply for so long. Matter of fact, I forgot how many billion we send in aid to Ukraine. I mean, and the current administration is trying to still show America as the leader of the free world. We done, baby. That's done. We need to be the freedom. Well, here's where I kind of agree a little bit with the other gentleman who was in there. We need to kind of step back and realize we got to handle our stuff, because right now we hurting, and we trying to print money and build numbers, and we don't really have it. All it is numbers. It's a numbers game right now. Yeah, there's a whole bunch going on right now that ain't right. I'm just going to say that. And there's no way, you can't tell me anything's right now. Everything to me right now screams to the rooftops of deception. Um, I'm just going to say it. It just does. I'm not believing that a 3% of fuel coming into America should cause the price of fuel to go up because of the issue with Russia. I think that is about greed. I think it's about deception. And I think, who was it, Bad to the Bone said, people are dumb as a bunch of rocks. Well, Flatbed, I think it was Flatbed who said sheep. That's actually what it is. And like I said, we got a generation of people right now, they really don't know history, nor do they want to learn it. Hell, they don't even necessarily teach it in school anymore. And so they don't. If it's not about them and selfies and poses and money and cars and bling and the self-centeredness of American thought, they don't understand the world. They don't even understand their country. So they don't understand history to understand, hey, wait a minute. That don't sound right to me. That should be the red flag for everybody. But everybody 40 and under they probably don't even know who OPEC is. They probably didn't even know we got our full fuel from the Middle East. I know the gas station's up the street. I know I go to the pump, put my card and pump gas. I don't know where it come from. I don't know why the prices are where they at. So now that we're going to $9, okay, I'm agree with whatever they tell me. Okay, so the fuel is coming from Russia and there's a war. And so now the fuel can be up to $8, $9 a gallon. 3%. 3% should not cause the fuel price to double and triple. Our oil, our fuel, majority of it came from Middle East. And then we got a certain political group, oh, we need to be able to do our oil and fuel, because you got the fuel and oil people in your pocket. I'm just saying. And you want to frack in different states that causes issues with the water table. I'm just saying. That also may cause issues with the environment. However, the other countries that have a plethora of reserves in the Middle East already got everything up and running. They might not even have to frack additionally, and they may have to do some things hopefully to help with climate, but that's where we get our oil and fuel from, and they got a huge reserve. Now, the other issue, we trying to produce these electric cars, which is the goal of the current administration. So maybe, let's go ahead and let them push them oil and gas prices up. So maybe people start buying electric cars and hybrid cars to do what I wanted them to do in the first place, to justify, maybe, just maybe, the infrastructure I want to do, which is all electric. I'm just saying. Y'all got to get on my balancing ball. There's a lot of stuff that I think is deception. Something ain't that, as my aunt used to do. Let me see where my glasses at. Here's what she used to do. This is my grandmother's sister, my great aunt. Something the hell ain't right. I sat there tonight and I just started laughing. I'm like, something the hell ain't right. 53 years of life. And that's why it's me and my friend, he's 64. He said, yeah. Victoria said to me, oh, our oil is coming. He said, when? He said, our oil comes from the Middle East. Right. And all of a sudden, at the clear new blue, oh, our oil comes from Russia. When? I also found it very curious that we were very confident as to when this man was going to invade Ukraine. We were very confident that he was going to do it. And I also wonder, is there something in the background? It just was too weird to me, because I was like, oh, by the way, let me tell you, I'm going to invade Ukraine. Oh, by the way, I'm going to do that tomorrow at 5 o'clock after the Olympics. I'm going to tell you what I learned in life. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, and you ain't even going to know. I rolled out of companies, honestly, especially trucking. I ain't giving them no heads up. I let them know once I get ready to make my move, and that move might have already been made before they even know it. Give no heads up. You stupid. And I don't think Putin that dumb. That's why I said there might be some arrangements in the background of all of this. Cause something just the hell ain't right to me. And the Bible says, what it say, your fight is not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, which means those demons and all them things, and principalities, I believe, is governing by. There's stuff going on behind the scenes, spiritually and behind the scenes with people. Right now, you better have some really good discernment. And my discernment says something ain't the hell right, y'all. Anyway, I just got on here tonight because this was bugging me. And I wanted to just talk because as I start thinking about it, my mind was like, this is not, I got gnats. When I go outside, I'm doing gardening, I get gnats. This ain't right. But I am going to say this before I end this. Folks, this is going to affect your food. It's going to affect any merchandise you buy. It's obviously going to affect your wallet. People, and I warn folks about this. You can still do it. You do it cheaply, but it's for a minute. But things are going to get more pricey. If you can buy canned goods, you need to work sales and get canned goods. Matter of fact, I'm going tomorrow. I got to take care of some bills. I got to run to the grocery store. I'm double masked when I go because I'm in and I'm out. Because normally I get it delivered, but because I need to run up there and get a money order to pay something, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get out. But they got canned goods on sale. Whatever canned goods on sale, I'm going to buy me a little plethora and I add to my stack. I don't show my stack because I've seen people do that, but I'm in the city. And if anybody know me, I don't want them trying to, because folks gonna do some violent stuff if food get really tough. And folks will break in your house, and it's not gonna be about money and jewelry. It's gonna be to feed their family. And I believe it will get that bad. If you got able to grow a garden and grow food, whether in your house, out, you can grow lettuce in your house. Yeah. Yo, you think that's what it was? Okay, it could be. I think the baby crazy is a box of rocks. He's very much like his friend who was in there in the previous administration. But y'all, stock food, canned goods. If you got the capability to can, because I'm getting ready to, I have a water bath canner. I want to get a pressure canner. I don't have that yet because I ain't had the money for that yet. But I got a water bath canner and my Instapot cans. But y'all get yourself to where you can be self-reliant. I've got wood back there for my grill. I'm gonna go get some more wood once I get my little bucket. I'm gonna go pick up more wood and get wood stacked. Y'all need to have alternative methods of cooking because look at them people in Ukraine. Right now, this conflict happened. There's people sleeping in buildings with no gas, no heat, no nothing. And it's cold as hell over there. They sleeping down in train stations, but some of them are staying in their housing until they absolutely have to go. Little woman up under a blanket, huddled up. So you don't know what's going to come over here to these shores. America, we think we invincible. We not. Let me help you with another history lesson. I'm going to mention something. Pearl Harbor. I'm not wishing anything bad. But again, that cockiness of America, we balling. Ain't nobody gonna come over here and do nothing to us. Dusting their shoulders off. Chilling. Totally unexpected. What they do, come with them planes. And Pearl Harbor. Go research Pearl Harbor. Probably can find something here on YouTube to give you a little quick 15-minute breakdown. Maybe 5. Go research Pearl Harbor. And find out how America was chilling like a villain. And they brought war right to these shores. We not innocent. Russia, prior administration, remember? They flying up there around Alaska. He ain't doing that for his health. Oh, honey, it's going to be a lot more than just a power grid. This is going to be a lot more than that. And they're already hacking us. They already hacked elections and all other stuff. That's already happening. It's going to be more than just that. But we're going to be hit on a lot of fronts. Let me tell you the best. There's a book out, and I need to reread it again, called Sun Tzu, The Art of War. That's a good book. It'll tell you how people think in war. And the best way is if you look at Satan, Satan hits you from so many different sides. Well, that's kind of him behind the scenes. He's hit us with COVID. Now we got a war. We got price inflation. We got all sorts of things. Weather conditions. Child by. We're getting hit from different sides. So you don't know what to expect. You just need to brace and be ready for it. And that's why I was telling people, I was having dreams about food. I'm telling my Christian group, stock food, dry goods, everything. When my father was alive, I'm like, bro, get some right. He didn't have no food. That mess happened in Texas. All these folks, you used to go in to get fast food, you don't cook for yourself, and got no food in your house. No rice, no beans, no nothing in case of emergency. And if something happened, you ate out, which is exactly what happened. Right here, Quita. Understand their clothes. What I'm trying to say is that in the prior administration, old boy had planes flying up there. And they were like these Russian planes flying outside of our area and flying. What y'all doing? And that's what I'm saying. America thinks we're so off touch. We're not. We're planes away from somebody coming in here. Not even mentioning that nuclear stuff. Well, nuclear is just a loss for the world. Yeah, but you got a nut job sitting on it. They might not care. You got people who's suicidal. Hello, 9/11. 9/11 should have told us a bunch. Again, we so invincible, nothing comes to our shores. 9/11. Pearl Harbor. Totally unexpected. People going about their normal day. I was woken up on 9/11. I was asleep because I worked the afternoon shift before my brokerage company. I was working for Schwab. One of the Christian sisters from my church called Shannon. The plane flew in the building. Girl, what you talking about a plane? And listen to what I said to her. Because she's trying to tell me and I'm half asleep. I said, girl, ain't no pilot going to fly into a building. What are you talking about? Clicked on the news and my mouth is on the floor. Then later to find out, within a very relative time, a terrorist attack on our shores. We are so arrogant to think we're untouchable, and we're not. And our military is not what it once was. We're not untouchable. Now, my prayer is that it don't come to the shores, but do I think that's reality? No. No, I don't. I know something is coming. I can feel it in my gut. And I know that we're going to have to be prepared, and it's going to be some rough times. We already kind of here, but there's more coming. This is not over. God is talking, but folks ain't listening, and he's allowing a time frame for people to try to get it right. Folks ain't listening. We're in a season, and the season we're in is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. I hate to say that, and I'm not a buzzkill. That's just my Christian belief on basically biblical things that are happening. I believe we're in what we call the birth pains right now of the things to set up for the Antichrist to come on the stage. That's just some Christian stuff. Folks can think I'm crazy, but I'm keeping it 100. That's who I am. That's what I believe. And right now, all the fuel that's going to cause money issues, even more money issues than what quote unquote COVID has done, and all the greed. It's like the beef companies, the chicken companies, and all the prices of meat that went up through the roof. And they talking about record profits. I picked up at them companies. Quite a few of them, as a matter of fact. I'm having a problem. Oh, well, we got a shortage of workers, so that's why the prices are going up. Uh-huh. And there's a bigger demand. Uh-huh. Oh, Flatbed, I know you was a flight attendant at one point. Girl, you went from flight attendant to trucking. That's a huge jump, baby. I got a friend of mine who's a flight attendant for United. I didn't know that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch coming. I like I said, if you in the country, you are winning right now. You in the country on your own dirt, and you got a little homestead, and you can have a real nice garden. Y'all might want to be planting some seeds. As a matter of fact, let me shout him out because I actually like this little company, and he is online he's a YouTuber, and his seeds aren't too expensive. They're about $2 a packet in my gardener, and it gave me this is a free packet. I think this was like a gift packet. I think it's like random lettuce seeds, but I got seeds. It's in my gardener, so if y'all want to go to his site, you can. Chayoga beets, purple. This is basil. What else I got? This is broccoli. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I might try and see if I can get this to grow. It might be a little too late because the germination temperatures, it says 70 degrees, and I don't know how warm it can get before it bolts. But this is broccoli because we started to have 80-degree, and we're gonna hit there summer. This is an African melon. It's called a jelly melon, and I guess they said the inside, it's a thorny melon. It's supposed to be like tastes like lime jello. And like I said, $2 a packet. Eggplant. What else I got? Rosemary. Culantro, which is like cilantro, but I guess it's stronger. And I think it doesn't bolt like that, but it's almost like looks leafy more than like a cilantro. Bunch of onions. I'm gonna throw some onions out there. Some more onions. Let's see what I can get out of that. And then you got pepper seeds, and so I picked up and I got some tomatillos. But anyway, y'all, get your stuff. Get some food. If y'all ain't got food, get that. And if you got a place to grow, and like I said, I had one guy I talked to, and he's on the same page. He said, I wish I could. He said, but I don't have a patio. I said, oh, child, you can grow food in your house. You can grow leafy vegetables. Anything that don't require bees, you can grow that up in your house. You know, by a window, if later on you can get some plant lamps, whatever, you can grow food in your house. Because I'm going to get some buckets in here and be growing some lettuce, or get me some, you can do the arrow garden, but I might have some dirt and but just be lettuce growing up in here, some trays with some lettuce, because the prices are crazy. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off of here. For those who watch it later, give us a like, thumbs up, share it out. I don't know if I'm doing a video tomorrow live. I might do one in the afternoon talking about some of this, but yeah, y'all be prayed up and ask God for discernment, because something the hell ain't right. Anyway, peace. 2 and 2, y'all. Peace. And welcome to the new people.